It's good to finally meet you, Sheenam.
Same here, Bianca.
I've been following your thoughts and your work for many years now. In an industry that's predominantly male, you've held your own. You lead from the front, you ask questions, you make changes. There's a lot to be said about representation of women in technology today. What I think, Sheenam, is that perhaps it's not primarily a pipeline challenge, because there are companies, like Dell, like Wipro, there are others. There are leaders like you who are spending their time, their energy, their effort into bolstering that pipeline of, women in STEM. So where's really the gap then? Because there are so few women in core technology roles, in leadership roles.
When we started out, the number of women entering technology world was very limited, right? Now, out of that limiting number, you had women who dropped out, who changed their careers, who did something else. So there is a percentage which is low at the input level, and then you start.
It thins out.
It starts thinning out. But today, if you look at it now, Dell today is hiring 55% women at an entry level. Okay, it was unthinkable. I mean, that pipeline didn't exist when I started out. Right? We were like 20% in the entire engineering course. So where one can't think about 56% at an entry level. I think we've gone over questions of why diversity. We've gone into a stage where what are your subconscious biases that exist in an organization? We've moved into a stage where we're saying, men, this is your problem. You need to ensure that that women have to come into the careers. They have to have technology careers. They have to be groomed. They have to be retained. They have to be skilled and reskilled, promoted. Everything, right? So you're responsible for that journey. Dell, for example, runs a program which is called MARK, Many Advocating Real Change. But what we do in that program, it's a day and a half long program, is actually we inculcate and bring out biases that people have within themselves in that workshop. And we showcase to them how those biases play out in day-to-day lives. Now, the next phase of this entire thing would be, how do you take women to the next juncture of leadership? And I think organizations have already started talking about it.
Talking about the ecosystem, I know you're chair of the Women in Action Employee Resource Group, right? And I know you drive that with passion and determination. I'm keen to know, what's worked, what's not worked. And not just from a program level, but Sheenam, just in terms of the mindset, in terms of the leadership thinking at an organization level that makes Dell a good place to be in.
There are several things that we do, right, under the VIA umbrella. And VIA is Women in Action. From some things as small as organizing external, people that come and talk to us. Of global leaders who are coming and doing lessons in leadership, to actually very focused programs and interventions for our women leaders and to be leaders. So I'll give you an example of a program which we call RISE, which is for senior women managers who want to move into the next rung, which is really getting into an executive role, like a director role. RISE is a year-long intervention. It consists of classroom training. It consists of on-the-job training. It consists of an external assignment that you need to do and deliver. It's a very tough intervention in terms of the fact that we showcase to a woman exactly what her strengths are and what her areas of opportunities are.
A company's success is really tied back to its culture and its people.
Yes, right? Indeed.
Building a culture is not something you can do in an instant. It's not something you can just plug and play or deploy, right? I want to know how you're actually encouraging that sense of innovation, or you're fostering that culture of innovation within your teams.
When you're on a journey of continuous innovations or continuous inventions, it's necessary to have the team understand why they're doing what they're doing.
Purpose.
The purpose, yes. It's very, very important for you to be able to tell each team member how her or his work ties up to the overall goal of the BU and then of the organization that they are attached to, right? So that, I think, is very important, and therefore communicating that purpose, like you said, is something that any leader needs to do. The second is you have to be patient and you have to be persistent. Change of any magnitude does not happen overnight.
And it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable, right?
How does this digital future sort of play out for Dell, through IT, through maybe workforce transformation? And not just, I guess, for yourself, but also for your customers.
The simple definition of digital transformation, changing the way your customers experience you, right? Digital transformation is far beyond efficiencies and productivity gains. It's about how can you make experiences far more simpler and easier to consume for the end customer. So it keeps the customer as a focal point, and everything around that changes. So that may mean you may need to redesign business processes, you may need to redesign the way you are focusing on technology, and you may just need to redesign the entire focus. Okay, we are no longer working in isolations. A team sits together. Okay, they sit in pairs. So there's a development happening in pairs. Two people are working on the same thing together. There's a driver, there's a navigator. They switch roles, daily or maybe sometimes once in 2-3 days. But there are two people looking at a piece of code. We're shifting quality left. We're changing the way we're doing our development every day. The other thing that we're doing with this setup is getting the customers and our business stakeholders involved early on.
Personally for you, Sheenam, what are those few technologies that you are really excited about that you think will be a game changer? I mean, is it drones, AI, human-machine interface? What is it? Robotics?
To me, at a base level, connectivity is very important. So the entire disruption that 5G will bring into the system will be very, very crucial. With connectivity, you have now a realm of connected devices. With connected devices, you have this extra exploration of data. And with that, if you have to draw any insights and you have to make any sensible business decisions, you have to have an ability to learn from that data. So then AI, ML and deep learning become extremely, extremely crucial for us. So starting from a base level of connectivity to drawing business insights from the data, I think anything that comes in the middle will be very crucial in the next 5 to 7 years.
It was so refreshing talking to you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Bianca. Take care.